In my last video, I used some footage from a 1974 interview with science fiction writer Arthur C. Clarke. Some of my viewers would have wondered how I could have used that. Many more would have simply accepted or assumed that I could. Hi there, I'm Adam Brown, and today I'm going to be talking about copyright and Creative Commons. Now, you might assume that given the topic of copyright, the appropriate response would be this. But copyright is actually a really interesting area, and it's essential to learn about if you want to work in any of the media industries, and a lot of other fields as well. So let's go on a bit of an adventure and discover why copyright is important and what benefit there is in understanding what this Creative Commons thing is all about. If you've watched any of my other videos, listened to any of my podcasts, looked at any of my blogs, or even read any of the study notes documents I've created for students, you'll have noticed that I make a lot of media myself. Photographs, audio, video, and so on. That's my first preference anyway, as it always feels more creative and meaningful to make your own stuff. To supplement my own media though, I also use a lot of material that has been shared online by others with Creative Commons licenses. I get most of the images I use in this way from Flickr, and the vast majority of music I've used over the last several years has come from SoundCloud. And that 1974 video I mentioned earlier has been shared by the Australian Broadcasting Corporation with a Creative Commons license as well. Many people tend to feel like conforming to copyright is restrictive, but possessing and applying copyright knowledge is actually empowering and can be immensely liberating in creative terms. I don't always know exactly what I'm looking for, and the creative media content that others have generously shared with me can massively enhance my own ideas and the media that results. For instance, I could have put some music to this footage and made it a lot more interesting than just having my voiceover on top of it. I don't want to go into all the nitty-gritty details of Creative Commons licenses and how to find and use material with those licenses here. It's much better to go exploring on your own and test yourself on the licenses. What I thought I'd do here instead is underline the importance of understanding and conforming to copyright by using part of a previous video I made with Deakin University's copyright manager Astrid Bovell.
Copyright really aims to do two things. It's about creating a balance between users and creators. So for creators, it exists to give them the ability to make some kind of a profit out of the work that they put in, and it's hard work and it's work that should be respected. I mean, we like the things that people create. We love Game of Thrones. It excites us, it gives us passion, and we really want to get into those things. And people work hard to create that sort of thing, and they deserve respect and they deserve some kind of income for that. I mean, you wouldn't do your job out of the goodness of your heart, would you, entirely?
No.
Probably want
I do YouTube videos with my dog still, but I probably wouldn't do it.
Something to pay the bills kind of helps, and it's awesome if you get into a job that you like doing. So those people are lucky in that respect. But copyright also exists to give users the ability to use those things without always having to pay for it. But it's about giving them boundaries so that it's used in a fair and reasonable way. I mean, for a creator to put their stuff out there, it's nice that they can have a level of control over how people can use it, because it's their baby, it's their thing that they created.
Exactly.
So it aims to do two things, but in terms of why copyright is important for everybody to understand outside of that whole thing of respect for the creator and creating a balance is knowledge is power. I mean, if you understand how copyright works, you can create amazing things that are legal. And in terms of going out there into the big wide world, once you finish your degree, you know, the safety, you were talking about the safety of working within a university and doing assignments. You've got a lot of freedom to use things under research and study provisions in the Copyright Act. But knowing how copyright works, knowing what you can use, knowing the loopholes, knowing how you can use things in a way that's legal is a huge advantage when you get into the working environment, because no business wants to get sued for someone ripping off the graphics or the programming or the design of another game. they don't want their business reputation to be damaged by something like that could be so easily avoided if someone just knew what they were doing. And the other thing is, you don't want to be that person that's stuffed up majorly and essentially ruin your career going forward because you made a mistake that could have easily been avoided that costed your company thousands or millions of dollars in some instances to rectify, whether that's in court or out of court. It's still a huge issue. So really understanding copyright puts you ahead of the game. It's how I got a job, because I knew what I was doing, and they were excited by that. So it's an awesome thing to learn, and it stops you from getting stressed out in situations as well. Companies respect it if you know what you're doing. It means that you can create awesome things and do it legally, and it gives you the versatility. If you use Creative Commons, and if you understand how copyright works or use public domain works in your assessment tasks, it makes it versatile, so you can put it on your public access website later on to promote yourself and what you do. You can use it at conferences, and you can adapt it for other things. So it really gives you an advantage if you understand how it works. Knowledge is power, and understanding copyright is power.
If you'd like to watch or listen to the full conversation I had with Astrid there, I'll leave the links to the video and podcast in the description below. In my teaching, I ask students who are embarking on their own media making journeys to either create their own content or use material with appropriate Creative Commons licenses. I play by the same rules. And in this video, I've been doing exactly that. Throughout this video, I've been demonstrating how quick and easy it is to find valuable resources online that you can use legally and ethically. Apart from my footage of the Great Wall of China and my chat with Astrid, ever since I used the word adventure in this video, I've only used images that I obtained from Flickr with a single keyword search. I simply typed adventure into Flickr's search box and skimmed through what was available with Creative Commons permissions. The music I was using was found on SoundCloud by typing Adventure Creative Commons and spending a few moments, really just a few seconds, to find an appropriately licensed track. You can check out the credits at the end of this video and the description box on YouTube for the full details of how I acknowledge these sources. But most importantly, go out exploring and find some for yourself. Thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to leave a comment down below and subscribe to this channel to get updates about future videos. You can find more media from me on my blog Digital Zones, my Facebook page Digital Zones, on Twitter I'm Digital Zones, on Instagram I'm Digital Zones, and on Snapchat I'm the little engine that could. Toot toot.
Hurry up, my arms are going to drop off.